Hello, my bookish friends, and welcome to the vlog. Welcome if you're new. We are starting off this video by starting a new book. As some of you have probably seen, I recently continued the Throne of Glass series, so I read Heir of Fire a couple weeks ago. So we are now on the technical 4th book in the series, but because I read Assassin's Blade first, this is the 5th book for me. The last book ended on such a crazy note, so I've been itching to get back into the series and continue it, pick up where I left off. So right now it is Thursday afternoon. We are challenging ourselves to reading 100 pages a day while simultaneously establishing some new healthy routines and habits. So since I started this video a little bit later in the day, I am going to do my reading first, and then later tonight, the healthy habits I will be trying to establish are to get off all devices a couple hours before I go to bed, and then just focus on reading, maybe doing a little art project. I don't know, but I've been staying up way too late, watching TV shows, creative writing on my computer, and I genuinely think that it's been really affecting my sleep habits. So we are going to be fixing that, hopefully, this week. As for now though, I'm going to start this book, read a decent chunk of it, and then I will update you guys around dinner time. So Danny just got home from work, and I usually like to have something planned for us to eat, but since I really wanted to prioritize reading today, I wanted to opt for something a little bit less time consuming, but not skip out on quality. So tonight we were having our Factor meals, and Factor is actually the sponsor of today's video, so very kindly. Factor is a meal delivery service with an extensive menu of over 80 recipes to choose from. Each meal is super quick and easy, being done after just 2 minutes in the microwave, while also being chef crafted and restaurant quality, so you don't have to sacrifice quality for saved time. And they are always fresh and never frozen, which is huge for us. They've got seafood meals, high protein meals, new global flavors like Asian and Mediterranean, which Mediterranean is my personal favorite. I love Factor meals for the family, especially on days like this when I have a lot to do or just have certain things that I really want to spend my time on. By heading over to factor75.com or clicking the link down below in my description and using my code FAITHFB50, you guys can get 50% off plus free breakfast for a whole year. Thank you so much to Factor for sponsoring today's video. I'm gonna make our yummy meals, and then we're gonna get back to reading. Danny isn't feeling super hot tonight, so I did make us a nice cup of tea. I put some echinacea, chamomile, elderberry, and ginger, and then a little bit of honey in it. So yummy and very good for immunity. I did get to page 150 of Queen of Shadows out of like 650 pages of pure girth. And so far it's great because it's pretty fast paced. There's a lot going on. We're kind of in the middle of a lot of different moving pieces. I also like how we are getting more of Manon's point of view because we got introduced to a few new characters in the last book, Heir of Fire, and I was very confused as to like what their role was in the series, and I feel like we're kind of learning that still. We are getting Manon's point of view, but I still don't quite understand her role. So hopefully that'll be more established in this book. I'm having a great time though. It's pretty brutal though, which I feel like I should have expected knowing what was going to be happening in this book. It is about 9 o'clock now, so this is my wind down time. I normally go to bed around 11:30. So for the next like 2 hours or so, I'm probably either going to continue reading or maybe put on a Studio Ghibli movie. I watched My Neighbor Totoro the other day. Oh my gosh. And I am obsessed. I'm completely obsessed. So now I am just binging the Studio Ghibli movies. So I think tonight I'm either going to watch Ponyo or Kiki's Delivery Service. I know I said that I'm not really supposed to be on screens before bed, but I feel like if it's on my computer and the brightness is all the way down, then the blue light like doesn't really bother me as much. And I think the fun, cozy vibes are going to make me sleepy anyway. So that's the plan for the rest of the night. I'm also going to shower, do my nighttime skincare routine. So I will see you guys in the morning and form more healthy habits. Good morning, friends. Last night I ended up watching a couple episodes of The Summer I Turned Pretty, season 2. It's so bad. It's so cringy. but I can't stop watching it. It's so confusing because it's so good at the same time. Like, I get sucked in, but I'm so irritated and so emotional every episode. I don't understand. I have been having a lot of trouble falling asleep lately, and just my sleep in general has been struggling severely. But I did end up falling asleep around 12:30 last night, so because of that I slept in a little bit, and it is now 9 a.m. and I did end up also starting my period this morning. So as far as exercise goes, we are going to be taking it very easy, maybe just going on a little walk around the neighborhood. But first things first, I've been trying to read my Bible like first thing in the morning and establish that routine. So that's what we're gonna do first, make a little thing for breakfast. So let's get the morning going. I'm on chapter 29, and all I have to say is the nightgown. The freaking nightgown. There is so much tension between these two characters, and if one of them doesn't lose control soon, I am going to. Good morning, friends, and welcome to my Saturday morning. Last night, we ended up going to a Gregory Alan Isakov concert, which was literally probably one of my top concerts I've ever been to, like, of all time. Amsterdam was mine and Danny's wedding song that we danced to, so it was a very, very special moment for us. I did cry about twice, so that was super fun. And then last night, after we came home, I just ended up throwing a TV show on and, like, binging some YouTube videos. Since it is going into the weekend, I'm not being, like, super strict with my habits and routines. And since I did start my period yesterday, I was kind of just feeling like meh, but feeling much better today. This morning, I ended up making a very large smoothie. My go-to smoothie at home is these little acai packets, and then frozen banana, blueberry, strawberry, avocado, and then apple juice and coconut milk. Sometimes, if I'm feeling it, I like to put a spoonful of almond butter in there as well. And then I also just have these little Amy Lou hot dogs. They're not hot dogs, they're breakfast sausages, but everybody in my household makes fun of me because they, A, kind of taste like mini hot dogs, and B, they look like mini hot dogs. But they're very healthy, although sometimes I have noticed that they make my stomach hurt a little bit. Don't know why. Everything makes my stomach hurt, so I'm really not surprised. But anyway, since it is the weekend, like I just said, I'm not really being super strict with morning routines, but I did already like do my morning skincare, as you saw, and I'm going to read my Bible in a second. I do also really want to actually go to the gym, so I'm motivating myself to actually go. Yesterday, I did get another 150 pages read of Queen of Shadows, and so far, again, still enjoying it. I think now I'm on page 308, so chapter 37. So just under halfway through. I have very conflicting feelings right now because on one side, I am like very much enjoying the series and I understand the hype, having a great time, but then on the other side, I feel like I'm kind of also getting tired of the whole like hostility, brutality in fantasy books like this. It's just like, it's kind of starting to feel like too much, and since this is like, what, a 7-book series, I just fear by the end of this book, it's gonna start feeling a little bit like repetitive, and like the war, the fighting, again, the brutality and hostility, like it's just gonna start to feel too much for me. So I don't know, I'm trying not to like focus on that so much and just focus on like the plot, the characters, but that is some feelings I'm feeling at the moment. I think after this though, I do need to read another either cozy fantasy or maybe something that's not so like high fantasy like this, but I also really want to read like Crooked Kingdom. I really want to read Sorcery of Thorns. I also kind of want to pick up a sci-fi, so I don't know. I'm looking at my shelves right now. I'll see what I'm in the mood for after I finish that. As for today though, like I just said, I'm going to read my Bible, eat my breakfast, drink my smoothie, probably chill for a little bit and make sure that my stomach doesn't like attack me for some reason. And then we're gonna head to the gym. You guys, I'm so proud of myself because I literally did so much meal prepping today. I spent probably like 2.5 hours just cooking everything. So I made some steak. I also got a rotisserie chicken and just kind of like broke it up because I've been loving chicken salad for a very long time. I've been eating that a lot lately. And then I also steamed some broccoli. And then I made some sweet potatoes in the air fryer. And then I needed to make another batch of my breakfast hash. So I made a big batch of that. So now I'm set for the week. And then this alongside, I also like to eat tuna and then chop up like some apples, put some honey in it. Pretty dang good. But as far as like healthy habits go, I am establishing some good food routines. I've been eating very healthy for the last, I don't know, probably like year or so because of my autoimmune disease. I've been on a very, very specific diet, but I'm really, really bad about eating enough and eating like on time throughout the day. So I'm trying to like really make sure that I wake up and have like a high protein breakfast. And then I also feel like I don't eat like big meals throughout the day. I feel like I eat like maybe 4 to 5 like small meals. So it's really nice to just have everything done so I can just kind of like pick my way through things throughout the day. I'm also thinking about maybe getting like a personal trainer or some kind of like health person to just like tell me what to do, because I know I can just do all the research, I can get all the apps, but I just find it like I need to follow a program and I need to have structure and I need someone to be telling me like if I'm doing things right. And it's hard because my schedule is so opposite from like my husband's, and he could definitely be like my personal trainer because he knows all the gym things, but he has to go to work throughout the day and he goes to work very early. So I do not want to be waking up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym when I don't fall asleep normally until 11 or 12. So that's my dilemma, but we're doing what we can. We're giving ourselves grace, and that's all that matters. So as far as my reading goes, I have finished another 150 pages of Queen of Shadows for today. Well, a little bit under because I am now on page 440, and technically 450 would have been 150 pages. Honestly, this is the book where everybody says it gets like really, really, really good, and I see that. I still agree with my previous statement earlier today that I just don't know like how I'm feeling as far as like the rest of the series goes. I'm still very invested though. And the tension between these two characters, absurd. Also, now I kind of understand Manon's role in things, and I'm hoping by the end of this book they'll all actually kind of like come together, because right now Manon's point of view feels kind of irrelevant to the story because it just doesn't really have a whole lot to do with like everybody else's side of the story, but also it kind of does because we're seeing like the other side of things. I don't know if that makes sense. It is 6 o'clock right now at night. I think because I did not watch a Studio Ghibli movie the other night, I think I want to watch one now and then maybe watch another episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty, because I am going back to Texas to visit my besties in a couple days. So I really want to catch up so that we can watch the newest episode together. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for today. So I may possibly see you later tonight or most likely tomorrow. So I did decide to switch up my reads a little bit. So I got to page about 480, 490 of Queen of Shadows before I decided to switch it up a little bit and start reading A Curious Beginning. So I'm now about 40 pages into this one. Honestly, I think Queen of Shadows was just starting to put me in a slump. Not because it's like a bad, like it's a really good book. Like I said, I'm just in a weird mood right now where I don't feel like I can consume that like political, war, brutal kind of content right now. So I needed something a little bit more lighthearted, a little more funny, maybe a little bit more romantic, and I'm loving this book so far. I really feel like it's pulling me out of the slumpy feelings that I was feeling. I think I'm also liking this book a lot more this time around. I think when I read it for the first time, I just wasn't super in the mood for it, and I hadn't quite entered my era of reading a lot of like gothic Victorian type of stuff. So now that I know I love these types of books, I feel like I'm enjoying it a lot more. The romance in this is just so good. Like the banter between our main character, Veronica Speedwell, and Stoker, it's so good. It's so good. It's so funny. This morning I went on a walk because I'm trying to go on a walk first thing in the morning, like before I do anything, because I'm trying to balance my cortisol levels. And I read somewhere that walking in the morning, getting like sunlight like first thing in the morning kind of helps your body like reset your like internal sleep clock, I guess. So that's what we just did, and it was lovely. Now I'm going to make some breakfast. I do have my breakfast hash that I meal prepped, but I'm honestly getting kind of tired of it. I eat it quite literally every day, and I've been eating it every day for the last couple months. So I need something new. So I got these Simple Mills pancakes or pancake mix, but I'm so afraid that it's going to make me sick. Even though I know like everything I've eaten by Simple Mills has been totally fine. So I don't know why this would be any different, but it does require eggs. And I know that eggs are kind of a hit or miss sometimes. So we're going to experiment with that this morning and pray that it doesn't bug me because I've been craving pancakes for so long. I don't know, we'll see. Kind of scary, but I do think I need to go to Whole Foods because I don't have eggs. I just got back from running some errands. I went to Home Goods and I went to Plato's Closet. And now today I'm going to completely deep clean and organize the house. We're really getting our life together in this video. But out and about, I did get quite a bit of A Curious Beginning read through audiobook. And then I did just take a little lunch break and read some of the physical copies. So I am now on page, I think about 186. I'm enjoying this book so much more than the first time around. I don't know what was going on with me that first time. It's definitely a case of right book, wrong time, because truly having a great time. I mean, obviously it is like a slower read because it's a little bit like cozy mystery in a way, but it's also pretty fairly paced because they are in a way kind of on the run and kind of trying to figure out the mystery of who murdered this like specific person. So there's kind of a lot going on. And like I said before, the banter is just unmatched. I love these two characters so much. I think after I'm done with this, I will probably go back to Queen of Shadows and finish that. I just needed something in between. I also was thinking the other day, I think my issue was with Queen of Shadows is that it's such a anything, okay, with me and reading, anything over like 450 pages, I just personally feel like is too much. At some point, I always feel like the story is dragging or it feels like repetitive for some reason. I just always feel that way. I don't know what it is, but truly anything over like that 450, sometimes 500 depending on like what's going on. But yeah, just anything that's kind of like on the longer side, I feel like I can't read it in like one sitting or like within a few days because it just does start to feel repetitive. So I think that when it comes to longer books, from now on, I'm just gonna have to break up the read a little bit, like maybe read a quarter of that and then start another book and then go back and read like half of it and then, you know, like go back and forth. Cause I know it's a good book. Like I feel that it's a good book, but my reading experience has just not been super great with it for some reason. So I think breaking it up is helping a lot. And I don't want to eventually give the book like a lower rating just because I wasn't in the mood for it at the time, you know? So yeah, anyway, that's my reading update and that's my healthy habits update. With it changing from summer to fall, I do just want to do like a full reset, which I think I'm doing a reset video on my vlog channel pretty soon, like a fall reset vlog. Definitely go check that out because that should probably be up by now. I'm gonna throw on my headphones, continue this audiobook while I clean the house. So I'll just take you along as I do that. Well, you know, I wasn't going to walk this morning, but this is currently the situation outside. So I do not think that I will be going on a walk this morning. So with that said, though, I might go to the gym. So my movement first thing in the morning is probably not going to happen today, but I did just wake up, got kind of ready. I'm going to make a little breakfast and then probably go to the gym. I did make some Simple Mills pancakes yesterday and they didn't make me sick. So I think I can have those pancakes now. So this morning I'm going to have a little bit of my breakfast hash that I usually have for high protein. I'm also going to have a pancake. I'm so excited to be saying that. I am going to finish Queen of Shadows today. I am about 60% of the way through. I just realized 2 of my pictures fell overnight. Well, that's a little scary. But anyway, yeah, so I got about 60% of the way through A Curious Beginning yesterday. Literally, I love it. I love it. It's so fun. So now I just have a little less than 200 pages left until I'm finished with Queen of Shadows. That was a big squeak. Squish is grumpy this morning. Anyways, that's the plan for the morning. Do you guys want to hear the most literal, absurd thing that happened to me yesterday? So my vitamin D levels are very, very low. So my doctor recommended that I go on a vitamin D supplement. So I got a tincture version of a vitamin D3 plus K2. I've been taking tinctures for years, especially like just herbal ones. And normally the dosage is like a dropper full, you know? So I'm looking at this bottle, right? And I'm like gonna take it for the first time. And the dosage says to take 1 to 4 drops per day. I'm over here thinking that's like a full, like dropper full. So what do? I take an entire dropper full and then immediately have a panic attack because the dosage was quite literally 1 to 4 like little drops. So I basically overdosed on vitamin D3. So we called poison control and we almost went to the ER. I'm fine. No crazy symptoms happened. Like, I think that I was overreacting a little bit, but still, it was terrifying. Moral of the story, I'm never taking tincture vitamins again. I will be sticking to pill forms. That's it. I just finished my walk though. I only walked for about 40 minutes, if that. I think I was walking faster today though because I did the same loop that I did yesterday, but for some reason yesterday I walked for like an hour. So I don't know what happened there. I'm sweaty. It's finally getting to fall weather though. Like, it's around 65, 70 degrees this morning. Oh, so good. But I'm almost done with Queen of Shadows. I think I only have about 30 to 40 pages left. So I'm gonna finish that and then also finish A Curious Beginning today. And then I'll give you my final thoughts on both. Hello friends. I did end up finishing Queen of Shadows. Wait. Let me go grab my book. I did end up finishing Queen of Shadows yesterday, and then I only have about like 50 pages left of A Curious Beginning, and I already remember the ending, so I think I can confidently give my final thoughts. First of all, for Queen of Shadows, I'm having a really hard time formulating like a number rating because I feel like my reading experience with this for some reason was just super weird, but I think if I was gonna give it a number rating, it would be like around a 4-star, maybe 4.25. I don't know, somewhere around there. Really enjoyed it, although I just kind of felt like things were a little bit repetitive. Like, I definitely feel like this could have been like a 500-page book instead of like a 650-page book, but again, that is just my personal weird thing with long books. At some points, I felt like there was almost too many characters and storylines that we were kind of trying to follow, but it also made it very interesting and very fast-paced because we are always changing what and who we're following. So that was a really good thing, but also kind of a bad thing at the same time for me. I feel like a lot of really big things happened in this book. Like, I'm very interested to see how the rest of the series goes, like the next 3 books. I do think I'm going to do the tandem read. I'm looking at the series up here seeing like what's left. It's very daunting because the last book I believe is just shy of 1,000 pages, and then the tandem read I believe is also like just shy of 1,000 pages, so if not more than 1,000. So I have a lot of really crazy reading plans ahead of me. I don't know why, but there were some instances and situations where I just could not take Aelin seriously. Like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes in fantasy the like seriousness is almost too forced. And it just kind of makes me laugh sometimes. I'm very happy though with some of the things that happened towards the end of this book. Romance wise, not only one like couple situation, but 2 couple situations worked out in my favor. So very happy about that and very excited to see the development of both of those relationships. So overall, I had a really good time with this. So going on to A Curious Beginning, like I've been saying throughout this whole video, I'm enjoying this way more the second time around. I did try to read it a couple years ago, and I think I just wasn't really paying attention, or I just wasn't really in the mood for it at that time, but now loving it. I think the mystery itself is fleshed out fairly well. I think it keeps you intrigued, not only with the banter, but the mystery that we are kind of trying to figure out. I believe this is also like a 7-book series or something, so I'm very much looking forward to continuing that because I feel like there's a lot of fun to be had with these 2 characters. I think I'm going to give this around a 4-star as well. As far as healthy habits goes, I have been consistently going on walks and doing little workouts for the last week or so. Very proud of myself for that. I also have been experimenting a little bit with recipes. I did have chia pudding for breakfast this morning, and that was really yummy. I don't know why I never thought to have that for breakfast, but that was fun. And now I'm going to meal prep a bunch of little jars for the week. I feel like they would make a really good dessert as well. I just do like a heap of chia seeds with coconut milk, and then I put cinnamon, a tiny bit of salt, a tiny bit of vanilla extract, and then if you want to make it like extra sweet, put a little bit of maple syrup in it, and then you can also throw like fruit on top of it. So yummy, so good. I did a lot of cleaning. I did all my laundry. I've been really good about taking my medicine on time. So I'm feeling very good. I'm feeling like I'm starting to get my life back on track because for a while there I was feeling very like discombobulated and just kind of all over the place mentally and physically. So I would say that this video was a success. I did continue to read. I think there was maybe only one day out of this last like week and a half where I didn't read 150 pages, but I did get basically both of these books done within a week, which I believe is almost 1,000 pages, if not more, because Queen of Shadows was around 650 and then A Curious Beginning was around like 330, 340. So we did really, really good with consistent reading this week. I think establishing routines definitely helps a lot with your reading and like keeping consistent with reading. Successful week. I had a great time. I hope you guys had a good time with me. I am going to end the vlog here, but I love you guys so much. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah!